If you're thinking about buying the SAMSUNG HW-LST70T soundbar, you might want to hold on for a second. This 3.1-channel Dolby Atmos soundbar promises immersive sound with some fancy features. But here's what surprised me. It doesn't live up to the hype in some critical areas that could seriously affect your home audio experience. Most reviews rave about Q-Symphony compatibility and the booming Dolby Atmos. But what if I told you the soundbar might not be the perfect match for everyone, especially for gamers and cinephiles who crave crystal-clear surround sound? Stick around because I'm going to dive deep into what works, what doesn't, and some hidden quirks you need to know before you open your wallet for this nearly $1,000 powerhouse. You're definitely in the right place if you want a full picture, not just the usual marketing fluff. Let's kick it off with the core feature Samsung touts, Q-Symphony. This is a clever tech that lets your Samsung TV speakers and the soundbar work in tandem rather than muting each other, which in theory should deliver richer, fuller audio. That's a selling point if you own one of the compatible 2020 to 2023 Samsung Q-Series TVs, including the newer CU7000 models. But here's the catch: if your TV isn't on the compatible list, Q-Symphony doesn't activate, which means this soundbar won't perform as Samsung promises. So, question time. Do you own one of those specific TVs or plan to upgrade? Because if not, you might be paying for a feature that's basically a fancy placebo. This brings up the first challenge. Samsung's ecosystem lock-in is real, and it's not explained clearly on the sales page. Moving to the audio performance itself, Samsung stacks this soundbar with 3.1 channels and Dolby Atmos. Now, hearing Atmos at this price point sounds like a dream, right? Well, the 3.1 setup means you have 3 front channels. And yes, that's an improvement from the usual 2.1, but no true upward firing or rear surround speakers. Dolby Atmos thrives on overhead and surround effects to create that lush, immersive soundscape. So with this configuration, you get more depth and clarity than a basic bar, but still fall short of the full 3D audio experience. People who love action movies or cinematic blockbusters relying on Atmos may notice some missing spatial cues or feel like the sound is a bit flat compared to higher-end setups. However, if you prefer clear dialogue and balanced home content, this might do the trick. But don't expect it to transport you to another dimension. It's more like dipping a toe into Atmos rather than swimming in it. Now let's talk about Adaptive Sound Light. It's a feature Samsung designed to automatically optimize audio based on what you're watching. It sounds amazing, clearer voices, crisper effects, but in practice, it's a bit of a hit or miss. On several occasions, testers report the sound switching abruptly from loud and punchy to strangely muted mid-movie, making you scramble for the remote. It's like the soundbar can't decide if it's a party animal or a librarian. This inconsistency could be a deal-breaker if you like uninterrupted, smooth audio transitions. And speaking of remotes, Samsung's One Remote Control setup is a blessing and a curse. It helps keep your setup minimal by controlling both the TV and soundbar, which is great until the remote occasionally loses sync with the soundbar, requiring a power cycle or repairing. Now, if you enjoy troubleshooting your tech midnight mysteries, good for you. But the average user, maybe not so much. Gaming enthusiasts, here's where a twist might make you pause. The HW-LST70T includes game mode to sync your audio perfectly with the action on-screen. Sounds perfect, right? But there's always a but. The experience heavily depends on your gaming console and TV. Some gamers report slight audio delay or lackluster directional cues compared to specialized gaming soundbars or headsets. So, if you're an Xbox Series X or PS5 owner looking for precise audio tracking to nail that headshot, this might leave you asking for more. Plus, the soundbar claims Bluetooth multi-connection to link 2 devices simultaneously. Great for parties or switching between your phone and tablet. But the audio sometimes cuts in and out or lags slightly on certain devices. Samsung promises AirPlay 2 support as well, but if you're an Apple user, you'll need iOS 11.4 or later, and older devices might struggle or drop connections unexpectedly. In summary, excellent features on paper, but the real-world performance feels patchy. Now for some positives that make me think twice before writing this off completely. The tap sound feature is pretty neat. Imagine streaming your favorite tune by just tapping your phone on the soundbar. No fumbling with apps or Bluetooth menus. It's simple and surprisingly satisfying. Also, if you're interested in wireless surround sound, this model can connect seamlessly to optional Samsung speakers for a fuller home theater setup. That's a big plus if you plan to expand your system gradually. Just beware, those additional speakers don't come cheap, and it might turn into an expensive hobby. Here's a little story to lighten the mood. I tried using the tap sound feature with my phone, and it worked so well I almost forgot which device I was testing. Then my cat jumped on the soundbar. Turns out, cats don't appreciate Dolby Atmos quite as much as humans do. Seriously, if you have clumsy pets or kids, this soundbar's sleek design is a fingerprint magnet and kind of a tasty temptation for curious paws. So, consider that if home chaos is a factor. What about installation? Samsung keeps it easy with a single HDMI EARC connection that carries high-res audio directly from your TV to the soundbar. One cable, no fuss. Finally, something that doesn't make you feel like you need a degree in cables and connectors. Setting up the wireless surround speakers is also straightforward, but they need to be Samsung compatible. No third-party surprises here. Let's rehook here. If you want a stylish, moderately powerful soundbar that pairs perfectly with a compatible Samsung TV and provides decent Dolby Atmos sound for everyday TV watching, this might suit you well. But if you're searching for mind-blowing sound quality, bulletproof gaming audio, or a truly wireless surround system without additional spending, you might want to look elsewhere. At around $998, this soundbar sits in a premium price range, but the value feels a bit uneven. Compared to other brands offering dedicated 5.1 or even 7.1 wireless surround sound kits with more channels and true Atmos speakers, Samsung's HW-LST70T seems like a middle-of-the-road choice. Safe, functional, but not thrilling. You could argue it's like buying a sports car, but only driving it in first gear. So, who exactly is this product for? If you're a Samsung TV owner who wants a neat, integrated audio upgrade without complicated wiring or configurations, it's a strong contender. Casual viewers who prefer easy voice clarity for news or sitcoms and don't mind missing some premium Atmos immersion will appreciate it. But hardcore audiophiles, gamers wanting pinpoint audio accuracy, or anyone planning a full surround sound experience might find it lacking. Here's a joke to lighten your day. Why did the soundbar break up with the TV? Because it said, "You're too loud when we're supposed to be in sync." Badum TSS. Humor aside, syncing issues can happen if devices aren't compatible, so keep that in mind. Another joke for those still watching. What do you call a soundbar that loves to tell secrets? A woofer with a bark. All right, no more pun abuse, I promise. Before we wrap up, I want to mention build and design. The Samsung HW-LST70T looks sleek and modern, fitting well in most home entertainment spaces. Its black matte finish helps avoid fingerprints, unless you have cats, as mentioned, or kids with sticky hands. The bar itself is compact, so it won't dominate your setup visually. Plus, it's a decent weight, which suggests durable build quality but isn't too heavy to mount or place on a TV stand. If you're wondering about customer feedback, the HW-LST70T maintains a respectable 4.2-star rating on Amazon. Many praise the sound clarity and ease of setup, but some cite issues like inconsistent adaptive sound, remote sync problems, or lack of dynamic Atmos effects. So experiences vary, definitely a toss-up depending on your setup and expectations. One last thing. Samsung's customer support for this model is generally helpful but can be a bit slow. So if you run into problems or compatibility hiccups, budget extra patience. To summarize before we close, the SAMSUNG HW-LST70T is a solid, stylish soundbar with some nice features like Q-Symphony, Dolby Atmos support, and easy tap-to-stream functionality. But it's not without flaws. Limited true surround sound channels, compatibility locks, intermittent audio quirks, and mixed gaming support keep it from being a clear winner. If your priority is simple, elegant audio paired with a Samsung TV, and you value convenience over perfection, this could be a worthwhile buy. Otherwise, explore competitors or consider investing more in a full wireless surround system. So what should you do? If you want the best price and the latest deals on the SAMSUNG HW-LST70T, check the link in the description below. Remember, no product is perfect, but being informed helps you pick the right tech for your home. Final joke to send you off with a smile. Why did the speaker go to school? Because it wanted to improve its sound degree. Get it? Degree, sound degree. Okay, I'll stop. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an honest review. Happy listening.